I'm Jim Gardner. Coming up on Action News, go behind the scenes of NYPD Blue, where the show's biggest stars tell of the major changes coming your way this season. And a high-flying failure brings NASA down to earth, plus complete election coverage next.
Watched by more people than any other network. ABC.
Introducing Membership Rewards from American Express, a rewards program that makes every dollar you spend add up to a world of choices just by using the card. For a gift, something you need, the possibilities seem endless, and all of them are free. With the Membership Rewards program, you decide where to use your rewards and what works best for you. So enroll today in Membership Rewards. Call 1-800-AXP-EARN.
Aftermath, tonight after Nightline.
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Gary Papa, Dave Roberts, and Jim Gardner.
Tuesday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is election night 1995. It has been a very good night indeed for Philadelphia Mayor Ed Rendell, and an anxious night for a number of Republicans in the City Council at-large race in Philadelphia. The big race in Philadelphia for mayor, and here are the latest numbers. We have 41% of the vote now in, and Ed Rendell going on to a victory of historic proportions over Republican Joe Rocks tonight. Vernon Odom and David Henry are following the Rendell and Rocks campaigns tonight. First, let's go live to Vernon Odom headquarters, to Vernon Odom at Rendell headquarters. See, Vernon, I've given you the headquarters there tonight in Center City, Philadelphia.
I accept the nomination, Jim, and I need a lot of money to pay off my campaign debt. Seriously, Ed Rendell is upstairs here in the hotel now. His party and he are very happy about these kinds of numbers tonight. This is the kind of landslide he wanted to roll up. He is due down here in about 5 to 10 minutes to give his victory speech. He's been waiting for several hours now for a concession statement from Joe Rocks. That has not come as of about 5 minutes ago when we last met with Rendell's aides. But they are very happy. They say they are rolling to victory and doing very well in wards across the city in the Northeast and South Philadelphia, where Ed Rendell lost 4 years ago by a 2-to-1 margin. He says he's winning there 2-to-1 tonight. He lost by 52-48, say in a district in a ward in the far Northeast. He's winning there 2-to-1 tonight, so they're rolling. They're very happy. Ed Rendell will be down in about 8 minutes. Jim? Vernon of Action News reporting live.
Thank you, Vernon. Now let's go to Joe Rocks headquarters in Northern Liberties and Action News reporter David Henry.
Jim, where it is a very stark contrast to that scene you saw at Rendell headquarters behind Vernon Odom. A very small, subdued crowd here waiting for Joe Rocks to appear for the first time this evening. He is in the building here at the Firefighters Hall. He's back in the kitchen conferring with campaign aides and the heads of some of the unions that supported him, Rich Costello of the FOP and Les Yost of the Firefighters Union. This crowd all along had been clinging to a thread of hope, the hope that a low turnout would translate into an upset victory of historic proportions for Joe Rocks. They got the low turnout, but of course it seems they will not get that victory, and we are waiting for Joe Rocks to come out and give his concession speech. We are told that he's just waiting to hear the results from a couple of key precincts before he makes that important concession speech tonight. This is David Henry reporting live from Rocks headquarters. Jim?
Thank you, David. The most interesting race in Philadelphia tonight, the race for the 7 city council at-large seats. Now, the top 7 vote-getters are elected here. The 5 Democrats are automatic. David Cohn, Happy Fernandez, Angel Ortiz, James Kenney, and on the second page of this display, Augustus Clark. The intrigue here is for the 2 mandated Republican seats. Thatcher Longstreth has spent almost 10 times as much money in this campaign as he ever has before for a council race, and that was because of the presence of Frank Rizzo Jr. on the ballot. Rizzo Jr. outpolled Longstreth and Joan Specter in the primary, and right now he is causing Joan Specter some pretty serious problems, this with 42% of the vote in. If we go to the second page of this display, we see that former Congressman and State Senator Charles Doherty still in the running for that second Republican spot, but he has a couple of people yet to overcome, and Burt Lancaster with 4% of the vote. Action News reporter Denise James is live at Frank Rizzo headquarters at the United Republican Club in Frankfort. And Denise, there must be some sense of anticipation there.
Yes, there indeed is. There's a level of anxiety as well, though. Frank Rizzo Jr. standing here with me now. The numbers have you running second in this GOP race, if you will. Your thoughts at this time? Time to celebrate?
I'm very happy. No, I don't think it's time to celebrate yet. These elections, sometimes early returns aren't a true reading of what's going on, but I'm very pleased with what's going on so far, and let's just hope that I can hold the numbers that I'm holding on to here.
Okay, well, we'll keep a close watch through the night, as I'm sure you will. Thanks for joining me. I'm Denise James, live on the Action Cam here at Frank Rizzo's election night headquarters.
Thank you, Denise. The returns so far in the district council races are predictable. They show Republican Brian O'Neill winning in his district. All the other Democratic candidates are winning as well. The top statewide race in Pennsylvania tonight to fill 2 vacancies on the state Supreme Court. And Sandra Schultz-Newman, Commonwealth Court Justice from Gladwin, who spent a great deal of her family's money in this race, is leading the pack if she should win. If she should win one of the 2 vacancies on the state's highest court, she would be the first woman ever on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Russell Nigro from Philadelphia in second place, but as you can see, I shouldn't say second place really, because the top 2 would win seats on the court, but Nigro now winning for that second seat, and Michael Barres of Lackawanna County and John Musmano from Pittsburgh still very close, so this race obviously too close to call. In New Jersey today, all 80 seats in the state assembly up for grabs, and the Republicans hoping to build on their sizable majority of 53 to 27. Kathy Gandolfo now joins us live from Mount Laurel, where New Jersey Republicans have gathered to watch the assembly results come in. Kathy?
Well, Jim, you know, the Republicans have hoped to pick up anywhere between 4 and 10 seats tonight. Clearly, that's not going to happen. They, of course, already hold a 53 to 27 majority, although it appears as though that may be changing. Still over 50 seats. They will still hold the majority, but we're not quite sure at this point just how many seats that they will be holding altogether. Now, if we could look at a little videotape shot a bit earlier, Governor Whitman was here. She came, about an hour ago. She said she'd be happy to keep the same numbers. This election is, in many respects, a sign of whether voters like or dislike her policies.
That would be great. If we just stay even, then we will have won in essence.
The governor says that she believes that, in general, voters do like what she and the GOP have been able to accomplish, what with cutting the income tax. And, of course, recent unemployment rates show that the unemployment rate in the state is down. These things are all very important to the party in power. That's the latest. Reporting live now from Mount Laurel, I'm Kathy Gandolfo.
Thank you, Kathy. We will have more of our complete election coverage coming up in just a few minutes, including some of the key races in Philadelphia's suburban counties, the race for mayor in Cherry Hill and in Chester in Pennsylvania, when our special election night coverage continues just a little bit later. In other news tonight, Israel's police minister called for an independent investigation today into the assassination of Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin. Security sources are saying that preliminary reports show that bodyguards failed to form a human shield around Rabin, and that intelligence on Jewish extremists has been inadequate. 25-year-old suspect Yigal Amir has confessed to killing Rabin as he left a peace rally. On Good Morning America today, Rabin's widow Leah blamed right-wingers for creating a climate of hate that encouraged the assassination. Rabin's successor, Shimon Peres, has vowed to continue Rabin's vision of peace. After meeting with foreign leaders, he said the transfer of power to the Palestinians in the West Bank will continue without delay. In the meantime, the grieving for Rabin continues. Thousands of mourners attended ceremonies at Rabin's gravesite today. The Jewish community in the Philadelphia area continues to pay tribute to the life of Yitzhak Rabin. Dozens of people attended a memorial service, a congregation out of Jeshurun in Elkins Park tonight. In addition to prayers, they sang songs of peace and remembrance in honor of Israel's slain prime minister. In an emotion-charged case, 3 U.S. servicemen went on trial today in Japan for raping a 12-year-old girl. The defendants were shielded by police as they were escorted into the courtroom. One of them pleaded guilty today to sexually assaulting the girl. The other 2 admitted taking part in the abduction but denied involvement in the rape itself. They could face life in a Japanese jail. A judge today dropped most of the charges against a former Philadelphia police officer who had a run-in with a couple in Juniata Park earlier this year. As Dan Quayle reports tonight, the former officer and his lawyer are very happy tonight.
Tom Collins is an ecstatic man. He feels vindicated.
The reaction from former Philadelphia officer Tom Collins' lawyer after a municipal court judge threw out all but simple assault charges stemming from a case that began last August. It was then that Collins, a 23-year decorated member of the police department's elite highway patrol, was accused of assaulting a Juniata Park couple after they say they caught him having sex with a teenage boy in a lot notorious for prostitution located behind their home.
We have said from the beginning that there was absolutely no evidence of assault. There was absolutely no evidence whatsoever of any sexual misconduct.
Authorities were never able to find the boy allegedly involved in the tryst, which was said to have occurred in the early morning hours